Alright guys, this video is to show you what we've done for our worm beds, our composting station basically. We're trying to build some soil. So these worm beds were actually already here in on the property. They were a little dilapidated. They're falling apart because they weren't being taken care of. So I decided to fix them back up and get them going. This is what we were dealing with when we first got them. And I'm just gonna clean them all up and fix them up. So this is kind of what the worm castings look like that were already in the tubes when I was taking out the drain tubes. It's just kind of gotta save it because it's still good. So yeah, we're just gonna show you how to put it back together basically and how it works. These worm beds are conveniently located at my dad's corral where he milks the cows. So the cows provide all the manure that we're going to use to fill this and keep these things fed. First thing I did was pull out the old tub since it was a little collapsed. Um, One big thing you gotta consider is the slope, as you can see there, towards the middle, which is the drain tube, and it'll all end up in this tub for compost or manure tea. Um, so just dug it out. Next thing I'm gonna do is kind of clean up the surfaces so I can put in all the new bricks so the cement will stick real nice. Here I got a metal brush so I can clean up all the algae and whatever else build up on there. Just kind of give it a better surface to bond the cement. The cool thing was that this is basically more of a restoration than a build. The design was already there, and I just had to fix it back up and start using it again. I reused most of the bricks that were falling over and just basically got some cement and some sand to stick it all back together. This is how the finished pipe looks. There's slots all in it, even on the sides here, the edges. And the pipes end up going, see there's both of the beds, and they both lead to this tub. The only thing I did change is I added this hose so that you're able to drain the tub from the bottom. It's gonna have this thing on top of it the whole time. I'm gonna rebury it all with the soil, and that'll look like the finished product here. So hopefully I can grow some happy worms here, build some good soil. There it is. Worm bins complete. Ready for poop. Right, dude? Ready for poop?
Think?
Alright, so what are we doing today, bud? We're putting the worms in the worm beds.
Yay, worms. What's step one?
Poop.
Add the cow poop into the bins. Alright, so essentially just gotta fill these things up. Fill these things up with poop. Luckily we don't have a shortage of poop. We need to find more poop, bud.
So I started with about a bucket, maybe half a bucket of worms. I bought the worms from some random place. And yeah, just put the bucket of worms into some manure. You want to start with like a mixture of mostly dry, aged manure. Um, but sometimes, if it's big enough, like these beds are pretty big, you can put some fresher manure in there and the worms will just kind of go where they need to be and wait for the manure to dry out and age inside of the bed. So it's not like a big deal if you put fresh manure. I think as long as most of it is dry and aged.
You gotta water your poop, everybody. Don't forget, water your poop. So this is just a bunch of cow poop, maybe some horse poop in there for the worms to live in and multiply. Just gotta keep it moist so it doesn't dry out. And every garden starts with good shit. Alright? And a woodpecker.
This is about a month after the first load of manure and filling up this cell right here, this worm bed. It's mostly manure, cow manure, some horse manure, um, and I just been letting the worms grow in there, and it does look pretty good. I'm gonna add some food scraps. These are basically kitchen food scraps, from the kitchen, vegetables and fruit, coffee grounds, stuff that's good for the worms to eat. So after I put some food scraps on there, I'm going to cover them back up with some more manure. As you can see here, it's just a small thin layer to give the worms access to the new food scraps, the food. These are just some random seeds that sprouted up. I don't even know what that is. Pumpkin? I don't know what that is.
So all the water ends up in here. And that is some manure tea and worm casting tea at the same time mixed together. Just coming from these two beds.